So my career spans around more than 20 years across various companies within the marketing environment, marketing innovation, or change management, business transformation. So start working in Romania back more than 20 years ago in a pharmaceutical company, but soon afterwards joined Unilever, where I spent 16 years working in various roles across different markets and brands. Spend most of the time working on Dove as a brand, but not only this. My last role in Unilever was as a business transformation director, working with a leadership team in Europe to really define the next level of where companies should go, our next strategy, how to transform the business to better answer the customer needs. I'm currently head of innovation at Tata Consumer Products, where our key focus is how to drive innovation which can engage better with our consumers, serve better our consumers, and delight them with great beverages. And also, aside this, I'm teaching at Hult International Business School various courses into the space of marketing, brand management, innovation, and design thinking, which is the latest way and the latest technique and framework which allow us to define that kind of innovation, that kind of ideas which can bring products or solutions tailor-made for customer needs. So very passionate about this part, about people, and definitely how we can engage in a better way and support them kind of getting and becoming the better best version of themselves. I think starting challenges are quite wide and probably very similar for many companies, no matter the industry or sector they do activate in. Looking at from a perspective of education at Hult Business School, I think the big challenge was and remains how we can deliver the best type of courses and the best knowledge for our students and prepare them for the future. Get them ready to really join businesses, be ready to join and have the right capabilities when they join and skills. And at the same time, how to manage this blended learning, in class and online. How to allow students a wider flexibility in order to attend the courses, and also get that kind of project which will test their knowledge in the real world environment. And I think that's what is expected for the future of academic environment. On the other side, at Tata Consumer Products, like any other business, we face a clear challenge on how to drive growth in the current context, where everything is changing, everything is getting different. We have a lot of pressure from the environment, from unknowns, and at the same time with a lot of changes in consumer behavior. So how we can answer in the best way possible, how we can create that kind of products able to, one, drive business growth, second, be able to incorporate within our portfolio without huge investment, and third, how we can keep and manage the both sides of the business, the core of our business, keep it in a good shape, but at the same time continue to drive new creative innovative solutions to extend and grow the business further. If you want a bit like probably any other company, how we can drive sustainable growth and avoid to become the next Kodak or I don't know other companies which unfortunately do not exist in the current environment. Yes, absolutely. Like any other university, we had to transition very quickly to online learning from in class, 100% in class teaching, moving to almost overnight to 100% online learning due to all restrictions and driven by the pandemic. I think what was good was, the university already thinking ahead on how that can be developed in such a way to last longer. do not create just a solution which responded on a short notice to the certain context and certain environment, but how we can create a long-term solution. And what we done, it was really develop and implement within the classrooms a certain equipment which allow professors to be and students in class to be visible and to be heard by the ones online. At the same time, allowing visibility for the ones online in the classroom. So and this nurturing the future development of studying, I would say, which you have this kind of blended learning, and you have students online and students in class. But not only this, of course, like many others, we had to implement a lot of online tools which existed, and it was just scaling up and implemented quickly within the business environment. Not only Zoom as a platform for us to communicate, the video platform to communicate, which gives us quite a lot of tools and capabilities, but also looking to other platforms like which allow collaboration. Teaching design thinking, it's you need to allow students to work together in teams, and that's really the heart and base of design thinking as a framework. So using platforms like Miro, which allow online collaboration, help us to connect students online and students in class, and integrate them as one single team rather than keep them apart, and create this separation. So, that I say the biggest challenge was integrate students online with one in class currently, and it remains. Finding and using this kind of platforms allow us to create a unified kind of approach to learning. Oh, the day was very exciting. First, from various reasons. Of course, first of all, being one of the first summits I attended in person. So that was really, really brilliant to, I would say for your company, for Inspire Media, to have the courage to organize something like this, and organizing so well. So it was very good to really have the opportunity to meet face to face with my peers, with people coming from various industries, have the opportunity to connect and talk about their challenges, see how we can, define some common threats in terms of how we can answer further and develop the businesses. Also, how we can learn from each other, by talking and networking with other people in a more informal way, allows you to really scope and identify that kind of opportunities, or where you can work together, collaborate, and create outside an ecosystem. So that's a little bit what was missing during the pandemic. The virtual space is fantastic. You still can do things. It allows you to interact, but this human connection and interaction was what was missing. And then what we found back to the summit, that was one thing. I think the other part is you realize the importance of the conversation, and the importance of being in one single room with speaker, with audience, interacting with them, getting their feedback, talking, and keep the conversation going rather than just delivering your specific talk. So. And I think that was also another very, very good point of the summit. Having this workshop with a smaller group of people where you can really have this the conversation going and get their questions or feedback or challenges was very good, because that in this way you can kind of perform better, or you can improve what you are talking, or bring some new angles to your talk. No, absolutely. So our talk was really focusing on really identifying opportunities to transform businesses and moving into a sustainable growth. Now, so very much looking on answering I would say the big question maybe most of the companies would have: how to transition from a stagnant position into an accelerated growth place. And that was coming, looking to the results of a McKinsey study, which review more than 2,000 companies and identify that most of them, more than 60%, are in a stagnant position, struggling to achieve this growth, staying there between -1 and +1, and kind of thriving to survive. While there is a 20% of the companies who are in an accelerating growth position with double-digit growth. And now the question, of course, it is, what do you need to do, and can you move from this stagnant to an accelerating space? And the answer is yes. Of course, industry plays an important role, and tech and AI and kind of digital environment is the industry which kind of see quite an accelerated growth these days. But not all the companies can be in that place. What can you do if you are a completely different company? What can you do if you are into FMCG space, or any other industries where there is a lot of pressure? So basically look and identify three big areas of focus. One, it is the trends, how you can incorporate the big trends within your company strategy. Second, how you can really identify what are the big moves in the context of transformation, which a company can take in order to, first of all, improve performance, how you can create that new fit for purpose business models, and how you can differentiate as a company within the business environment. And third, it was how you can create a future-proofing portfolio. And that was really the big area of our talk, when you're looking to how companies can create value and capture value, how we can basically allocate in a more agile way their resources, but also drive this transformation, business transformation quickly, and make sure that move from one transition your core value towards a more growing type of space. So actually, what we share with audience was the result of our quite extensive research, and a conversation had with various companies, which led to the development of a 3-step value model. And this was really looking into how a company can define and create a future-proofing portfolio. So the 3-step value model, very simple and straightforward, is looking to two variables, value and performance, and how companies can drive and create value and also capture value, which will basically impact their performance. So the 3 steps in a nutshell are, first, it is about optimizing core value, how as a company you can really build that efficiencies and keep your core value in a steady position, in a good shape, because this is the part of the business which will fuel your future growth. The second step, it is basically to how you can create this incremental value, how you can capture and develop the business and extend it into that adjacent segment, which can allow you to transition further much easily through proactive strategy rather than reactive, which we've seen happening lately, under the pressure of some external factors. And last but not least, the third step, it is how you can capitalize on radical value as a company, how you can innovate and create that and capture that gaps existing into the market, driven by trends or changes in consumer behavior, which will allow you to get into the space where there is something new, different, relevant for consumers, maybe not very big today, but which will become big into next future. So maybe just to give a classical example, I always give into this context. It is, I've been working in Unilever also in the home care sector, and laundry detergent, it is a category very, very boring, not too much going on, a lot of pressure to pricing, big companies kind of fighting with each other, but not necessarily too much going on. The core value of our business, of Unilever business at that point in time, was into powder detergent, which of course with a lot of changes in behavior was declining. So definitely need to move very, very quickly and scope what is that space where we can drive incremental value. And then had been identified into the liquids. Yeah, so that was a segment growing, consumers trying to use a different format, more sustainable at that point in time, easy to use, and more convenient. Hence, we start really accelerate the development of this segment and looking to transition on longer term towards that segment. But start looking into what are some other really interesting, new and innovative way of doing your laundry. How you can basically create that detergent, first of all, which is more sustainable, because sustainability was starting to become a very important challenge for many companies. Easy to use, convenience was another big trend, and it is currently how we can have something which is easy to use without getting all the mess you may have by using your liquid detergent. How you make sure you really get the right amount of detergent needed, without really having a lot of waste or need to use a lot of water to rinse properly the laundry. So definitely some research into the space of capsules. And also we've seen some other small companies coming with more innovative and creative ideas into this sustainable space, something smaller, concentrates, other kind of formats. So in a nutshell, the value model is looking how a company can transition. You talk about laundry detergent from powder to liquids and then to capsule or other formats, more sustainable, convenient, answering in the best way the consumer needs of today. I think it's indeed the conversation you can have with people and the opportunity to engage in something a bit more personal and create this connection with people, because this is something which you can build for longer and keep the conversation going. So you can create a connection with somebody working in a completely different industry. We can reach out afterwards and see, kind of bounce back some ideas, see what's going on, learn from them, share your knowledge. So I think that's exactly the part. What is happening outside of the presentation, of the conference itself, So I think that's really, really important. And it is about really building this network of knowledge, I would call it. Yeah. So the fact that you have this opportunity to engage with people from other industries, from other domain, from other kind of spaces, which brings a lot of knowledge, a lot of kind of help you to engage and build your skills further, and create and bring this, I would call it outside perspective. Sometimes we are so much into what we do in our day-to-day work and industry and what's going on. So we may lose the sight that maybe something which can help us already exists out there. It is just getting from the people and bring that knowledge. Plus, I think all the face-to-face events do often offer the opportunity to start building some partnerships and connect some dots and see, okay, how we can, maybe some companies work together. Yeah. So it's not it's not just about big companies and service providers, which of course is the obvious thing, and you have the opportunity to meet people which or agencies or various providers which otherwise probably you would not have the opportunity to meet, but also see how we can collaborate and create partnerships with other industries. And accelerate and do some things much faster. So you talk about manufacturing and or how we can work with companies playing into, for example, very focused on sustainability or very focused on technology or AI, and being few few people from this kind of companies at the latest event. I had a great opportunity to talk and understand what they are doing, and realize there are some kind of really interesting opportunities for us to connect and support and drive some of our projects or initiatives much faster. Absolutely, absolutely, and I think it's valuable for all of us, simply because, as said, you go beyond a certain subject you may select for your talk and for your presentation or whatever it is. So first of all, you meet people from your outside from your kind of close network. So you meet people which otherwise may not be able to. Second, you have the opportunity to bounce back some ideas and change, and realize the challenges are similar, but there may be some other ways to solve them, which you probably didn't think of. Yes, networking is very, very important. And at the end of the day, we are human beings, and I think connection and interaction are fundamental and very important for us. And that's something which is and will probably be forever, So we need this human interaction, to go further. And I think that's what we missed the most during the pandemic. And I see most of the people quite eager to go back. Of course, there will be some constraints, there will be probably some fears, and maybe some challenges moving further. But definitely that's something which we all need. I think, probably I will need to go a little bit back into the beginning of my career, and I think there are two big and very important pieces of advice I received from my line manager at that time, a brilliant lady in Romania working in Unilever. It was our marketing director. So she told me two things. So first of all, you need to be obsessed with consumers as a marketeer. There is, you create things, other than product campaigns, activities for people. They are not for products. So you need to make sure that whatever you create is rooted into a good understanding of your customers. And then that's what I'm doing today, talking and looking to the pain points of people and how we can solve that one. And the second piece of advice, and it was happening like 20 years ago, it is about know and understand data. So probably at that time sounds a real bit, what is this about? What do you want to say? Understand data and know how to use them. And I think looking today, it's very relevant and even more relevant than any other time. It is about really getting to put all these numbers and data together and get that relevant insights for your business. Know how to read them. Know how to extract what is important and relevant to you, especially in the context of today where we have access to so much data. So when there is so much going on, we are kind of bombarded from everywhere with a lot of data. So how we can read them, translate it into insights which make sense for us as a company, but mostly for our consumers, and that's at the base of us having a good understanding of our consumers. I think it varies it varies very much in relation with the industry you are in, with the objective you have for what specifically you want to achieve, and what you want to deliver and how do you want to connect with your customers. I think at the end of the day, it is very much understanding the opinion of consumers towards your product and your campaign. Me being within the innovation space, it's very much about understanding the customer needs. So going and understanding social listening is very important, for example. But at the same time, the key aspects of the trends, and how these trends are impacting consumer behavior, are key areas of focus from innovation perspective. But at the same time, I need to look and understand how consumers do perceive the innovation. How these are adopted by the consumers and how they like it and what they think. And are these good enough for solving their problems? So I think from innovation perspective, it's very, very important to go closer to consumers, and probably, social listening and direct conversation with the consumers are very important. This combined with insights generating through AI and any other ways to support the trends understanding and scoping the future, if you want, driving that future idea. Oh, that's a very, very good question, Lawrence. So definitely there are few key areas if you talk about next in the industry, and if you talk about, I would go a bit broader to the FMCG industry and not only. So I think one key aspect, it is around customer engagement and personalization. So FMCG, I think, till now went to the extreme at globalization of creating higher volumes and to get products at a lower cost, and that was really, really a big driver for many companies. But at the end of the day, what our customers do expect from us, it is to deliver products which are personalized for their specific needs. Yeah, no matter that to talk about a skincare product or a beverage. The tastes are different, so, and we expect something which is relevant for us as a human beings, not necessarily something very, very general. So that's one big area. I think the other very, very important aspect is around creating some, I would call it partnerships and creating ecosystems to allow people to create community and connect with the communities. When we talk about partnerships and ecosystems, is about companies working together towards a clear purpose, towards serving and delivering a multifaceted approach to the customer engagement. So it's not just delivering a product, a certain beverage, but it is about how you drink. It is about how you all the other adjacent type of products you need when you want to create your beverage or enjoy your beverage. Even if we talk about tea, which seems okay, fine, I know how to drink my tea, but for me it is how we create an experience through drinking tea. Yeah, so what it is, how the product looks like, what are the other, how the cup looks like, when you drink the tea, how you create that nice environment and atmosphere of having, the best cup of tea through the day, which allow you to feel better, to feel relaxed, or to answer your specific needs to the day. And probably another big area, it is around sustainability. Seems like, where everybody is using these days, but it's true. So we have one planet and we need to take care of it, for hence everybody should do their part in building sustainability, no matter that's about companies or no matter that's about people. And of course, governments and other, kind of bodies at a higher level should contribute. But as a company, definitely it's very important to become more responsible and create that kind of products or businesses which are purpose-driven. Companies have a huge positive impact into people's life, into society, or really have a positive impact into environment. It's very important to reduce as a company, to reduce your environmental footprint and try to find alternative solutions, either that's around packaging or product, to reduce pollution, to reduce waste, or any kind of waste, so from food waste to packaging or whatever is going into landfills. So looking to the future, I think 3 big areas for companies to focus, very important. And I think we all have to do something to achieve and contribute to all these 3 areas if you want to with growth and sustainable growth.